Letters. The OpenBook software offers fully editable letters to give to your guests that can be personalized to fit your property's needs. These letters are set up to automatically populate the guest's reservation information, such as the unit type they've reserved, the confirmation or invoice number, or their balance due. First, let's talk about how to set up your property's letters. From the main OpenBook screen, go to Tools and then select Document Design. The first tab in the bottom left corner of Document Design is Standard. This is where 10 total letters are displayed for use on a regular basis. There's also a tab called Christmas, where 10 additional letters can be used for holiday promotions or any other use. Use the same steps to edit and customize each of the 20 letters. For example, go to Custom Letter 1 on the Standard tab. In each letter, you'll see fields with brackets around them, such as due. These fields with brackets indicate that the information will automatically be populated for each guest on the individual letters pertinent to their own reservation. The due field, for example, will automatically display the amount due for each guest. It's easy to remove these automatic input fields or add new ones. If you'd like to remove any of these input fields, click on the name of the input field until it turns gray. Then, right-click once with your mouse until a screen with editing options displays. Click on the Clear to remove the inserted field. You'll see now it's deleted. If you'd like to add any new input fields, put your cursor in the letter where you'd like to add the input field. Then, scroll through the drop-down list at the top of the Document Design page and select the input field you're looking for. Finally, click Add Field. It's to the right of the options. It will enter the input field where you selected in the spot where your cursor was in the letter. Remember to always open the guest reservation after adding new input fields to make sure that the guest information is automatically inserted, as not all input fields are working as specified. You may also customize any of the letters just like a word processing program by typing in it, deleting, folding, etc. Images can be inserted by going to Insert, and then selecting Image, and then browse and select the image you want to add. The image will be added where your cursor was in the document before clicking Insert. Many properties insert an image of their logo at the top of the letter. Remember to click Save and then Save and Close, or one or the other, anytime you want to make changes to avoid losing new information. Finally, be sure to read through the text on each letter to make sure the policies and statements listed properly represent your property and are uniform among all the appropriate letters. Many properties regret not spending just a few minutes to make sure they're not sending guests old or inaccurate information. Any letter that includes a table, such as this, should not be emailed. Since every email provider works differently, the table cells might get misplaced or information will appear out of place or missing. Just format any letters that need to be emailed straight down in a simple format that email providers will be able to accept, similar to Custom Letter 1. Any changes made to the letters from within Document Designer will change the entire template used for all guests. So be sure to keep in mind that when you're updating. Don't update anything in Document Designer that is specific for one guest. Next, the Print Letter button on the toolbar within Edit Daily Reservations is where you go on a regular basis to email, print, or view information on the letters for each individual guest. The text in the letters within print letter can be edited for just this one guest prior to emailing or printing. This text will not affect other guest letters, and keep this in mind, will not be saved for future use, so it should be immediately printed or emailed after editing if there's something specific that needs to be communicated to just this one guest. So, just to make sure you understand and to save future headaches, in order to permanently edit a letter for all guests, start at Tools and then Document Design. To edit a letter for just one guest temporarily, meaning it will not be saved next time you go to that guest's reservation, go through the Edit Daily Reservation screen of that particular reservation and click Print Letter. Knowing the difference between these two areas can save a lot of time for properties. Any letters that are emailed out in-house or automatically online when a room is booked will be copied to or sent to the email addresses set up in the Configure menu for reference. To view or edit these email addresses from the main OpenBook software grid, go to Tools and then Configure. Select the General Configuration tab and then Internet Settings. At the bottom of the screen, there's a section called Confirmation Email, in which the BCC addresses field lists all the email addresses that receive blank carbon copies of all emails sent in-house or online. You can see here that we've added the manager's email and the owner's email. To email a letter to the guest, open the reservation so you're viewing the Edit Daily Reservation screen, and then open the Guest tab. Make sure that the email that you typed into the email field is correct. A letter can be only emailed to one email account at a time. Next, go to the Print Letter button on the top right corner and open the letter you want to email. At the top of the letter, click the Email button. Immediately upon clicking the email button, the letter will be emailed to the email address listed in the email section of the Guest Information tab of the reservation. This surprises many properties, so be sure to prepare for the message to be sent at that exact time. A message will appear that says Email sent successfully. The following is a description of each of the letters and their common uses. First, reservation confirmation. The reservation confirmation letter is used to give guests a confirmation when they reserve a room by calling or walking in. This letter summarizes their stay and displays information about the unit they booked, the room rate, balance due, and all of the property's policies. This letter can be emailed or printed, but remember, make sure that the letter is not formatted with a table if you wish to email it to guests who book by phone. Web confirmation is very similar to the reservation confirmation, except that it is used for online reservations when one room is reserved. It is automatically sent to a guest after they reserve the room online through the booking tool. The letter should display all of your properties for guests who book online. Additionally, at the bottom of the policies, privacy policies are listed explaining the privacy and security of their information, including their credit card information submitted online. This privacy policy section cannot be removed because it's required by VeriSign in order to process credit card transactions online. The web multi-confirmation letter is similar to the web confirmation letter, except it's automatically sent to any guests who reserve more than one unit at a time. All policies for guests who book online, including the privacy policies, should be listed on this letter and should match the policies included on the web confirmation letter. The registration form letter is a simple, short summary of the guest stay that includes their room charges and the most important policy information a guest must adhere to once they're at the property, such as the damages, the smoking policies, etc. The registration form is typically printed out when the guest checks in, given to the guest to sign and date at the bottom, and then filed away. This letter allows you to get a hand signature agreeing to the room charges and your most important policies. Some hotels or properties opt not to place their logo on this letter to save colored ink since it's printed for every guest. Cancellation letter. The cancellation letter is emailed or printed and sent to guests who cancel their reservation. This letter shows the balance left on their invoice after canceling, as well as all the policies that apply to canceling, such as the cancellation and no-show policies, tax policies, deposit policies to remind them of what they paid at the time of booking. Custom Letter 1 is an invoice that can be used to give to the guests at check-in or during their stay. Please watch the Invoices video for more information about this Custom Letter 1 invoice and print invoice. Custom Letters 2 through 5 are blank letters that may be used to create unique letters that your property may need. Because your property policies are listed on all of the property letters, anytime you want to change a policy, it will be needed to be manually changed in the text of each individual letter. Don't assume that just because you changed a policy on one letter, all of the others will automatically update. This can be confusing to a new user of our system. Some changes may need to be made in the Configure menu if you're changing, for example, taxes, deposit policies, or cancellation policies. Additionally, please remember that your policies are also listed on your booking tool where your customers agree to them before completing their reservation, and on your website if you have a website made by OpenBook. Please notify OpenBook of your policy changes so it can get updated on your booking tool and/or website. If you have a website not created by OpenBook with a policies page, please notify the company that hosts your website so they can update it. And thank you for looking at this training information today.